Hello and welcome to the news on Magic Bricks Now, India's first property channel. I'm Suesha Sawant. Let's take a look at the top headlines at this hour. Mumbai's potholes are in the spotlight, with citizens and opposition raising questions over the BMC's lack of a plan for the monsoon. The civic body promises to take action and repair potholes within the next 24 hours. 11,000 ready-to-occupy homes within Delhi city limits will be open for sale soon. The Delhi Development Authority, or DDA, plans to sell all lower-income housing inventory it is currently holding. We tell you where these homes are located. The news Bengaluru has been waiting for nearly a decade. The city's nightlife gets an extension. The Bangalore City Police allows restaurants and eateries to stay open till 1 a.m. on weekdays. Straight up to our big exclusive, Mumbai just got one step closer to getting its International Finance Services Centre. The bidders for the mega project have been finalised and the final architect of the same will be announced soon. My colleague Ruchi Deshpande gets us exclusive details.
It looks like the plan for Bandra Kurla Complex's International Finance Services Centre is on track. What we learned from sources from MMRDA or Mumbai Metropolitan Regional Development Authority, that is the civic body responsible for executing this project, is that there have been 3 bidders that have been finalized by the MMRDA to go ahead and prepare the master plan or the layout for this mega project. Now, these 3 companies have been shortlisted. The bidding closed today. These 3 have been shortlisted, and it will be a matter of 2 weeks before the final company or the architect will be selected by the MMRDA to go ahead and prepare that master plan for BKC IFSC. Let me just take you through which are the 3 companies that have been shortlisted. Well, we have the only Indian company in this list is Tata Consulting Engineers, which is also entering this with a consortium with Townland Consultants from Hong Kong. We also have Ramboll Denmark along with Henning Larsen and I&I Designs from Ahmedabad. These are the 3 companies or the consortiums that have bid to go ahead and prepare the final master plan or the layout for the BKC IFSC. Remember, we told you way back in mid-April that Gujarat's GIFT City and BKC IFSC, which are the 2 international finance services centers, were all set to coexist.
Let's now shift focus on the traffic problems that continue in Mumbai. Mumbai is experiencing some of the worst traffic in recent history. Magic Bricks Now sent its reporters all over the city to find out what the BMC is doing to solve this problem. The BMC has promised to respond to calls from citizens and fix potholes in the next 48 hours. This comes after the MNS protested the poor quality of roads on Friday and gave the BMC an ultimatum to fix the roads in 48 hours. My colleague Disha Shah caught up with Ramakant Biradar, Assistant Municipal Commissioner and recipient of threats from the MNS, to ask him what the BMC is doing.
With monsoon, talking about your ward, Dadar, what kind of complaints you have received so far from the citizens, and how are you addressing those issues, be it with regards to potholes or be it waterlogging or anything sort of?
During the monsoon, mostly we receive the complaints regarding pothole, tree falling or floodings. But we are having the gangs, we are having the teams working around the clock, and we attend immediately. Within 24 hours, we are attending it.
So how do you address those issues in such a manner that those potholes doesn't come up again in the future during monsoon? So how are you addressing those issues?
See, wherever we find the potholes are over there, so we are filling it with the scientific method only. Once we fill the pothole with the scientific method, later on it does not appear again and again. So our filling of the pothole, it is within 24 hours we are filling it, and in proper manner we are filling it.
Okay.
So there will not be any reoccurrence of the pothole.
Okay. So talking about your ward, if you can just give us the latest statistics as to how many potholes in how many locations there are currently potholes in how many locations as such?
See, there are actually 2 types. One is the pothole, proper pothole, another is just a low-lying area. So we can't say low-lying area is a pothole. So proper potholes As of today, we are having only not more than 30. And all 30 potholes we have attended it.
This you're talking about only Dadar area?
Dadar, Mahim and Dharavi area.
You had also written a letter to the BMC talking about, the technology, the old technology used. So, have you, got any response from the BMC on that front?
Yeah, as soon as I written a letter to get the specification proper filling SOP, I received the circular as well as standard method how to fill up the pothole, and now we are following the same practice.
Even MNS cooperator Sandeep Deshpande had threatened, that if you don't fill potholes, if the potholes are not repaired within 48 hours, they will again take up the action. So, what is the status on that?
Their expectation is to fill up the pothole within 48 hours. On the contrary, we are filling before 48 hours only. Within 24 hours, we are filling up the potholes. So there is no any complaints or there is no any controversy regarding the pothole in our area.
And lastly, how can citizens help during monsoon if they want to reach out to you?
See, whenever there is occurrence of the pothole or flooding, it is there. We are having our control room number. It is already published. 1916 number is also there. My cell number is also already published. So people can just put up a message or by WhatsApp or by call also. They inform us around the clock, and we are having the teams, dedicated teams are there, and also we have deputed our teams wherever vulnerable places are there. So immediately within 10 to 15 minutes, our team will reach the site.
Now, while the BMC is promising better roads, has there been any change on ground? A one-way trip from Andheri, the most popular suburb, to Lower Parel, the biggest business district, will take you over an hour and a half due to multiple potholes and poor traffic management. I drove through the 16-kilometer route during peak hours. Take a look. Today I'm driving from Andheri West to Lower Parel. For those of you who are not familiar with Bombay, let me tell you, Lower Parel is quite the hub for offices. A lot of people drive from the western suburbs every day to reach their office in Lower Parel. We are going to take the Western Express Highway. Of course, the monsoons are on. It's raining right now. We are going to see how much time does it take for me to reach Lower Parel during peak office hours. Let me tell you, the distance from Andheri West to Lower Parel is about 15 kilometers. I've set the stopwatch already and it's on. The real challenge is going to be once we touch the Western Express Highway, because that is where we are going to get a lot of traffic. So let's see how the traffic pans out today. We've already been on the roads for about 25 minutes now. That's the time that has taken us to cross from Andheri West to the Western Express Highway. There are a lot of potholes on the way, which obviously not only decreases the speed, but it's also very inconvenient to drive through these roads. I can see the traffic lined up for as far as I can see. We are on the Western Express Highway right now. We are close to the airport. The traffic is almost clogged. It's really insane, and it's a nightmare for a driver to drive like this every day to office during the rains. I can see cars lined up, barely moving, for as far as I can see rather. Thankfully, the traffic has loosened a little bit after crossing the airport. I have no idea how much I'm going to get fired by my boss today, clearly, for being late. And I think this is a struggle that everybody practically has to go through in Mumbai. We're now crossing Bandra East and we've almost come to the end of the Western Express Highway. In a while, we'll be joining the Bandra-Worli Sea Link, which honestly is quite a boon for office goers. It literally cuts the distance between Bandra and Lower Parel. One can cross that in under 7 minutes. We're driving through the Sea Link right now. It looks beautiful during the rains. We've now reached Lower Parel and it's taken me almost an hour and a half to reach office. I wonder what my colleagues go through who drive from Kandivali West every day up and down, and to face this on a daily basis, morning and evening, after having worked the whole day. What's ironic is that as much as living in Bombay is a boon for everyone in terms of the opportunities this city offers, the fact is that this is the quality of life we get. This is Suesha Sawant signing off for Magic Bricks Now. Well, the drive wasn't merry at all. Meanwhile, Magic Bricks Now also did a ground check in one of the affected areas, Dadar, and found that most of the potholes were repaired. This comes after the MNS party workers protested against bad roads and potholes in Dadar on Friday last week. My colleague Amita Balachandra gets us the ground report.
Well, just a couple of days ago, across several parts of Mumbai, there were several protests that took place regarding bad roads and potholes issue, especially in Dadar, where MNS workers, party workers, did protest against bad roads and potholes, and even took the matter to Assistant Municipal Commissioner of G North Ward. However, over the weekend, what we hear is work has taken place. All of these potholes have been repaired. We even did a ground check and found that that had happened. However, when we did catch up with a couple of residents in Dadar, they believe that this is an ongoing issue, and when there is heavy rainfall next, the same issue will crop up again. Let's listen in to some of the residents here.
जो इन्होंने पहला काम किया था रास्ते का, वो इतना लो क्वालिटी का था कि 2 महीने में खड्डे पड़े। और ये जो रानड़े रोड है, ये मोस्टली सीनियर सिटीजन का एरिया है महाराष्ट्र, तो इतने पब्लिक इनके खड्डे में गिरे हैं। वापस वो लोग क्या करते हैं कि मट्टी डाल के वापस खड्डा बुझा देते हैं, लेकिन वेरी लो क्वालिटी मटेरियल, और बार बार खड्डे आ रहे हैं। बारिश में अभी 1.5 महीना खड्डा था, कितने लोग गिरे हैं, लेकिन ध्यान किसने नहीं दिया है।
फर्क ही नहीं गिरा है, वैसे हम लोग का कितना तकलीफ होती है हम लोग को आने जाने में, लोग कुछ फर्क ही नहीं गिरा है, वैसा ही है।
सिटी सब 3rd क्लास है मैडम। अच्छा रहता तो कभी होता नहीं, इसके पहले कभी होता नहीं था ऐसा, लेकिन ये 2-4 सालों में ऐसा बहुत तकलीफ होने लगा है कि पॉटहोल्स बन रहे। सुबह भी मैंने रेडियो पे सुना था बहुत।
No, there's not a problem as such, but I think overall the potholes should be covered up properly. Suburbs are very bad. Downstairs is better.
ये देख के आदती हो गई, रोज रोज का देख के आती हो गई। सुना कहा। तो क्या कि अभी जो लोग करने वाले हैं, जो लोग मतलब उन लोगों को ध्यान देना चाहिए। अभी पब्लिक क्या करेगी? अभी पब्लिक बोल के रह जाएगी। जैसे अब ऐसे बहुत से लोग हैं, ऐसे बहुत हमारे जैसे बहुत से लोग हाँ बोलते रह जाते। लेकिन मेन बात क्या है कि जो लोग ऐसे ऑथराइज पर्सन हैं, वो लोग कुछ बोलेंगे तो होगा। पब्लिक के बोलने से कुछ होने वाला नहीं है, हम लोग बोलेंगे कुछ नहीं होने वाला है।
मेरे को तो बहुत तकलीफ होता है, क्योंकि मेरा पाँव बराबर नहीं है, घुटना बराबर नहीं है, तकलीफ तो बहुत होता है। कभी कभी पाँव
अभी गया ऐसा ही चलेगा ना, वो खड्डा पड़ेगा फिर बुझेगा।
जैसे आएगा ही, ये ज़्यादा ट्रैफिक इधर तो है, तो आएगा ही उखड़ के। वो सब
पहला काम इधर था ना, पहला वो बहुत खड्डे विड्डे थे, अभी थोड़ा नॉर्मल हो गया, इतना खास नहीं हो गया।
Meanwhile, the traffic in Delhi is no better. So much so that the Union Urban Development Minister Venkaiah Naidu held a press conference on decongesting Delhi. A slew of measures were announced by the UD Minister. The Delhi Development Authority will work along with the Delhi government and the UD Ministry to implement the same. Here are the highlights.
This is part of my efforts to decongest Delhi in order to facilitate the traffic movement, overcome the traffic congestion. A grade separator has been planned. The length of the flyover is 1619 meters. Construction of flyover and underpasses connecting northern Mahipalpur Aero City Airport and National Highway 8 is one important project that will cost around 188 crores. The second one is construction of flyover cum road over bridge near Narela for providing direct access from National Highway 1 to Bhavana Industrial Complex. The third one is construction of skywalk and foot-over bridge near ITO for safety of pedestrians going to offices located in and around ITO. Construction of up ramp and widening of road near Kashmiri Gate and Nigam Bodh Ghat, construction of 1.6 km long grade separator at Rani Jhansi Road.
He also highlighted redeveloping 7 GPRA colonies. Listen in.
Cabinet meeting held on 5th July has approved the proposal of my ministry for redeveloping 7 GPRA colonies. सरोजनी नगर, नेताजी नगर, नवरोजी नगर, ये तीनों कॉलोनीज को रीडेवलपमेंट होगा एनबीसीसी के द्वारा. कस्तूरबा नगर, त्यागराज नगर, श्रीनिवासपुरी और महोदापुर, ये चारों का डेवलपमेंट होगा पब्लिक वर्क डिपार्टमेंट सीपीडब्ल्यूडी के द्वारा. एंड दीज प्रोजेक्ट्स विल बी प्रोवाइडिंग 12,970 old quarters are there, government quarters. We will be demolishing them and we will be constructing 25,677 dwelling units of type 2 to type 6. Approximately 29.18 lakh square meters with supporting social infrastructure. It's a major boost to the infrastructure in Delhi. They will be able to do it within 4 years, though the schedule is given for 5 years.
Shifting focus to Mumbai, the city will soon have clean-up marshals. These are employees of the municipality who will function like class monitors, identifying citizens who dump garbage on the street. Clean-up marshals will fine errant citizens between 50 to 1,000 rupees for littering. The BMC has already appointed nearly 800 marshals and they are ready to be deployed. Remember, Mumbai had marshals 2 years ago, but the scheme was because of allegations of corruption among marshals. My colleague Aishwarya Paliwal caught up with Vijay Balambar, Deputy Municipal Commissioner of Solid Waste Management in BMC, and asked him how this time would be any different.
How many cleanup marshals have we recruited till now, and can we increase the number of these marshals going forward?
Actually, we are going to deploy 778 cleanup marshals, and out of 778, few are already there in the field, and others are in the process of getting their police clearance. Once police clearance is in place, they will be deployed in the field, and we can increase that. 778 numbers is not a just limited number. We can increase it to the even more than 1,000.
Which are the major areas where we are looking at deploying these cleanup marshals? So is there a chart that we have prepared?
Actually, this period is very important period for the citizens of Mumbai because of clogged drains, water logging, and so many other issues related with the monsoon. So our primary focus for deployment of this cleanup marshal, this for another 1 or 2 months will be only in such areas, so that there should not be any inconvenience cost to the citizens can be reduced.
How much can cleanup marshals fine the citizens of Mumbai? What is the range like?
Range is like right from rupees 50 to 1,000 rupees. They cannot fine more than 1,000 rupees.
Where all will they fine people majorly?
I mean, their area of focus should be the drains, nala, and roadside drain, etc. So that those who are littering the drain or those who are throwing the garbage in the drain, they can be fined.
Once the monsoon gets over, then what will be the plan of action from BMC's side?
So plan of action will be like, inculcating good habits in citizen, right from separation of garbage into dry and waste to, you can say that, upkeepment of municipal roads, upkeepment of public places, garden, tourist places, etc. They will be deployed on all such places.
11,000 ready-to-occupy homes in the Delhi city limits will be open for sale soon. The Delhi Development Authority or DDA plans to sell all the low-income housing in its inventory in different locations in Delhi. Our reporter Deepa Rana gets us more details.
At least 11,000 flats are going to come up in the national capital in areas like Dwarka, Narela and Rohini. Now these are the flats which are going to be of low income group category. Our sources in the DDA inform us that these are the flats which were lying vacant with the Delhi Development Authority, and in fact in 2014 the DDA had initiated a housing scheme, but most of the flats were returned to DDA since these areas like Dwarka, Narela and Rohini lack the basic amenities and infrastructure. But this time the DDA is confident that they are going to find enough takers for these flats which are going to be priced between 20 lakhs to 40 lakhs, and allotment is going to be done via lottery. In fact, the chairman of DDA, Arun Goel, also informed us that another 60,000 flats are going to be constructed in a period of 2 years' time.
According to a report submitted by the Urban Arts Commission to the Urban Development Ministry, the Lutyens Bungalow zone is all set to shrink. Some of the locations like Bengali Market, Golf Links, Sundarnagar, Chanakyapuri are expected to be excluded soon. Magic Bricks Now's Deepa Rana caught up with the chairman of Delhi Urban Arts Commission or DUAC, PSN Rao, to find out more on this. Listen in.
Yeah, the report is more or less complete. Very soon you will see the report in the public domain. A large number of suggestions have been received, and the whole idea again is to rationalize the Lutyens Bungalow zone provisions. There were many things which were not adequately addressed in the earlier LBZ guidelines. So now these guidelines will address all those issues, and as soon as the guidelines are out, then you will come to know about it.
What can be the tentative deadline, sir?
I cannot give the deadline. That's for the government of India to decide. But hopefully, maybe this year the guidelines will be out.
Moving on to some excellent news for Bengaluru. The city police has allowed restaurants and eateries to stay open till 1 a.m. on weekdays. This comes after the cabinet nod to the Shops and Establishments Act 2015. Up until now, restaurants and bars could only be open till 1 a.m. on Fridays and Saturdays, but had to shut at 11 p.m. on school nights. My colleague Amita Balachandra gets us more details.
Absolutely enthused citizens and mall developers in the city of Bengaluru. There now restaurants, eateries and bars can be open till 1 a.m. on weekdays. Up until now it was till 11 p.m. on weeknights, and on weekends, that is Friday and Saturday night, it would be open till 1 a.m. Now that deadline has now been extended for weeknights as well. What's also important to note here is that while citizens and mall developers are enthused with this, in fact, when we did contact both Mantri developers and Prestige Group, both of them were happy with this decision and said that it will be a positive move for the economy. However, Mantri developers is still awaiting an official confirmation on this. Prestige Group, on the other hand, was a little concerned about costs now which will increase. They also mentioned that footfalls, especially in during weekdays, wouldn't be very much as compared to weekends. However, as a mall, they said that they are very enthused with this move, and of course, so there you go, good news for mall developers and citizens. However, tenants and restaurateurs are a little cautious there, and they're in a wait and watch mode at this point.
With that, it's a wrap on this edition of the Property News. This is Suesha Sawant signing off. Thank you so much for watching.
You can watch live TV on our website mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/magicbricksnow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at magicbricksnow. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/magicbricksnow.